Welcome to the Hour of Power Radio
Hour
Show.
of shit power.
That's what it will be, don't worry.
I'm Ryan, and here is Mike and Matt.
Cheers.
You'd think with a cold I'd be able to do that. More beers in here. This is true. Mine actually stay pretty cold. Well, I have like 4 ice packs in my cooler. I don't have any ice packs. I was thinking about putting in the sausage and I bought this. I didn't think that would be such a good idea. And we're going to put the ice packs that's normally used to ice down your nipples. That's true.
Welcome, everybody. What was that?
With Ben Gay work.
Ooh, Ben Gay might work. But then it makes it hot, then cold, so it could work. Welcome, everybody, to the Hour of Power Radio Show. We're glad to have all of you with us tonight. If you want to send us a question, send your questions in to hourofpowershow@gmail.com. You can also get to us on Facebook. You can find either one of us. You can also find our show site on there. We're also on Twitter. If you want to like us or whatever you're supposed to, follow us on Twitter. You can definitely do that as well. We'll keep an eye out for things there. But we hope you enjoy the show. Tonight we're gonna be talking about some baseball at the beginning. We have the All-Star game, the home run derby. We're gonna be taking a shot of beer every minute for the next 60. We're gonna be talking about some hot girls. We're gonna have some discussions on football, how they're getting close to a labor agreement. We're going to have some other nonsense, some would you rathers. I think I have some of those in our inbox for us.
Nice.
I think I do. But to start things off with, let's start things off right. Let's talk about nerdy stuff. And Captain America is coming out soon.
Oh, okay. All right, fine. Captain America is coming out soon. It's coming out next Friday. For those of you that don't know about Captain America, it involves the story of Steve Rogers, who was basically born like a skinnier version of Danny DeVito. Very small, not a whole lot to him.
Very short.
But very good integrity, very good character. Always willing to do the right thing. But
so this is not Danny DeVito from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
This is correct.
Okay. Just wanted to clear that up. That was mean.
So he had the heart of a lion, but he didn't really have the body of it. And he wanted to join the army, but the army said, "I'm sorry. What are you going to do for us? Bite him?"
Yeah.
So
you gonna do bleed on me?
Yeah. So eventually, he keeps on getting rejected. He goes to different cities trying to join World War II. Can't do it, and so finally he catches somebody's eye, and it's the person that's doing the super soldier serum program.
Wow,
what this is? Yeah, no kidding. And what this is a program that basically enhances everything about you physically, like
excellent.
Maybe
your sexual prowess.
Yeah, I can't tell you about that. But so, anyways, he gets this serum and he just becomes a Superman, so to speak. I mean, he can't fly or anything, but he's the best athlete on earth. He can do all these things, and then he goes off and fights the Nazis.
Oh,
and so
that's good.
And that's the premise of the movie. Of course, the Nazis are controlled by a supervillain who, nobody knows about, but I think his name's Red Skull or whatever.
Yeah.
But that never went into the history books. So, anyways,
of course not.
That's what comes out next Friday. It's starring Chris Evans. Hugo Weaving is Red Skull,
which I love him. He's awesome.
Right, and then I can't remember who the girl in the movie is.
I don't remember either.
Apparently, it's not that important.
But definitely what's great about this movie is that I think the Hour of Power's official stance is that we are definitely anti-Nazi. So anyone fighting the Nazis, we're going to be pretty happy with.
Nazis, go kill yourselves.
Exactly.
So speaking of nerdery, Matthew, you're going to go watch Harry Potter and play with your magic wand tonight.
I am. My magic wand has not been played with in a while, and I definitely need to get some more playing with it. She is out of town. And so I'm going to go to that. I have not read all of the Harry Potter books. I'm not that big of a nerd. Kim got me hooked on them, and I went to, I think it was the 4th one. I went to the midnight showing with her when we were dating, and I basically went because, we were dating, and that's kind of what you do.
I had to.
Exactly. If you want to get in the pants, you got to go to the stupid movies. But I ended up liking it. I ended up thinking that the movies were pretty good, so everyone since then I've gone to the midnight movies with her. She is, of course, out of town, but my brother was going to go by himself, so I'm going to go with him, and it should be a lot of fun. It's exciting. This is part 2 of the final book. This is the culmination of many different things. The author tied everything together in this book from what I hear and what I've read. And so it's just kind of a big culmination. The awesome part is this movie is where Alan Rickman's character, Severus Snape, really shines. And he is, by far, everyone will say like Harry Potter's the star of the series, but it's really Snape because he's the most awesome one of the entire.
Is he the bald one now?
No. He's Alan Rickman. He's got like a long black hair.
Okay, I
he's
didn't
like
know if he like
teachers.
changed or whatever, like the guy in like the Emperor in Star Wars.
No. What's cool is that like most of the people don't really know if he's a good guy or a bad guy up until this movie / book.
Oh, okay.
I always knew he was awesome, so that's really all I cared about.
That's right. He is Mr. Die Hard.
He is Alan Rickman. I mean, I love Alan Rickman. He is amazing. So,
all right. Quick update. I don't think Ustream chat's working right now, so if you're trying to do that,
It is for me though.
all right. We've had 2 people chime in and say they couldn't get theirs to work. I couldn't get mine. So if you can't chat with us there, I'm on Facebook. If you want to chat with us, that will pull up. I'll read all the comments on there that are, of course, worth reading. So there's also that, and you can email us. Yeah, Chrome definitely is not working.
I'm on Chrome. And that is working.
Chrome is working?
Yeah.
All right, Chrome is working, and he says he has Safari and Firefox. Firefox wasn't working for somebody else.
Internet Explorer was not working for me earlier though. So maybe it's just a hit or miss thing.
Yeah, so if you can't chat on us or chat with us on Facebook, or excuse me, on Ustream, but you do want to chat with us, find me on Facebook and we can chat there.
Yep, you can get us also on sending your emails in if you have questions. We'll definitely have a 2-way street tonight. If you have questions you want us to answer, send them in to hourofpowershow@gmail.com, which I just noticed we don't have up yet.
Right. All right. Yeah.
So,
right now.
So the first thing we were going to talk about, we always kind of go through the sports first. And so let's talk about the Women's World Cup to start off with. We'll talk about that really quickly because basically that's all there really is to talk about for the Women's World Cup.
Yeah. The Women's World Cup, they are in the finals on Sunday at noon. I think noon 45, something like that. Okay. And they had this huge win against Brazil. Came from behind. I think they scored the quickest goal in World Cup history, and they also scored the latest goal in World Cup history. They had some issues with the referees. They got red carded on what people don't think was a red card issue foul.
Yeah.
So they played shorthanded for the last half of the game. During that time, there was a penalty kick that was given to Brazil, and Brazil kicked it. Hope Solo blocked it, and then we were called for encroachment.
Yeah.
And so that was also a very controversial call. So Marta, the best player in the world for women, gets to kick next. She, of course, scores, ties the game 1-1, and then Brazil comes down later and scores a goal by Marta again, of course, off of the right sidebar, and that Hope Solo barely missed, and so they go up 2-1. Then we're down in the penalty time. There's 40 seconds left in the game, and I can't remember the name of the girl that kicked it, but she kicked it from the left side of the field, about midfield, and hit it to Abby Wambach, who headed it in right in front of the goal to tie the game. It was awesome.
It was very exciting. It was amazing to watch. I watched most of the game, and it was you were standing up at the end and cheering because it was right there at the very end. They then go into the penalty kick because it's overtime, and there's 5 on a side. Each one goes. And basically, in soccer penalty kicks, you're basically looking for the first goalie that makes the right decision to stop one. I mean, that's all you're really looking for. And so I think it was the third kick. Hope Solo, the American goalie, did make the right choice. She stopped the one puck, so all we had to do, one ball. All we had to do was put in those last 2, which we were able to do, and we were able to pull off the surprising win, which was great. Right. Last night we ended up playing
France.
It was it was yesterday morning actually. It was a great game. It was tied. We scored in the first few minutes, and then it was tied 1-1 for most of the rest of the game. And then right near the end, coming about
79 minutes.
Yeah, 79 minutes. We ended up scoring one and then another one a few minutes.
Of course, a
after
header
that.
by Abby Wambach again. So she and during that time she also tied the record, or the U.S. record for most goals scored. So at 12. So congratulations to her. So Sunday morning,
because she is listening to us right
Yes, exactly.
Sunday morning.
Yeah. Sunday morning at noon. Go make sure to catch the game. Support your country. Everybody's excited. It's getting a lot of focus, especially since the games have been played during slow time during baseball.
Indeed, and
there's no football.
I'll be over at my brother's house watching. We're most likely going to be doing the Century Club during it. So
this is true.
It should make it a pretty interesting game.
You know, you guys are doing a tape delay, right? Because you guys are going to lunch.
He says at 11 that we're going to go to lunch, and the game. Well, the coverage starts at noon.
Okay.
So his hope was that the coverage will be over by 12:30 when we'll probably be back. So, anyways, it should be very exciting. This is getting a good amount of press coming out there, especially now that they're in the finals. This is going to get great press, and it should be a lot of fun to watch.
That's true. All right, so now you guys are up to date on the World Cup. Now we're going to go ahead and move into baseball. Baseball officially started its second half today. Mostly metaphorically speaking, the second half started about 2 weeks ago. But we just had the All-Star Game and Home Run Derby on Tuesday and Monday, respectively. And Robinson Cano ended up winning the Home Run Derby. He actually put on a very good show. Very surprising as a second baseman who isn't known for his power, but he's just got quick hands, a smooth stroke. Wait a second. And he was just able to be consistent. I think he hit 8, 12, and 12 in the 3 rounds. So, you know, very consistent scores, did really well. Had his dad pitching to him, which was a big sentimental story.
It really was. It was a lot of fun to watch.
That was pretty cool. Actually, David Ortiz had his dad pitch to him during the second round, too, which nobody really talked about. But he did pitch to him as well. So Cano won it. Congratulations to him.
That really does make the whole All-Star weekend for the baseball. I mean, the game itself has come to such a hassle, so political. A lot of those people, a lot of the coaches don't want their players playing in it. Yeah, people not showing up. But like the All-Star game, they had the captains. The captains chose the teams who didn't have to be All-Stars themselves.
Right.
And they were all into it. Like, they were excited about being there. And that was the most fun part to see.
That's true, because actually going into the All-Star game, a lot of people are starting to compare it to the Pro Bowl because they had 16 people drop out from this year's All-Star game. A lot of them were pitchers that pitched on Sunday. Major League Baseball a couple years ago instituted a rule that says if you pitch on Sunday going into the All-Star break, you're ineligible to, or if you're a starter and you pitch, you're ineligible to pitch or play in the All-Star game. Just because what happened a couple years ago is people would pitch on Sunday and be like, oh yeah, I'm fine, I'll be able to play. Then Tuesday shows up like, you know, I don't really feel like pitching. And so it shorthands your team. And so MLB is like, you know what, we're not going to put any coaches through that. You're just ineligible now. And so what that did is that took away some of the biggest pitchers for the American League. It took away Sabathia, Justin Verlander, Felix Hernandez. They all pitched on Sunday, ineligible to pitch in Tuesday. And so it gave a huge advantage to the NL, who ended up winning the game 5-1, mostly off of Prince Fielder's 3-run home run.
Prince Fielder, he smacked the shit out of that ball. That was awesome.
In opposite field. It's actually funny, the guy that got the win for the game, the pitcher, he never actually retired a batter. He faced one batter, allowed a single to Adrian Beltre, who hit the ball while Jose Bautista was on second, and then Hunter Pence ended up throwing Bautista out at home for the last out of the inning, and then the next inning, Fielder hit his home run, causing the win to go to Tyler Clippard, who never actually retired a batter.
All right. Well, we're going to take just a quick break, and when we get back, we're going to continue discussing how the All-Star Game is crazy and how people are not showing up, make a good comparison over to the NHL, which actually does something right, which is kind of crazy. And we're going to continue talking about baseball for a little while, talk more about the game, talk more about the second half, and we'll be right back. Thank you very much.
All right.